to Lead Nurture Close training video about how to opt a contact out of receiving further communications from you. For example, if you sent a text or an email and they reply back, please opt me out or stop, please remove me from your list, any of those kind of things where they do not want any further communications from you. I'm going to show you how to do that. So the very first thing is I'm in a conversation here. We're under the conversations and messages, and I could click through these different conversations, and without actually having to go into the individual contact record, you will see a little button down here called DND. Excuse me, DND, opt out of marketing campaigns. So I would simply click this little button and it will turn green telling me it's on. That's all I have to do. I am now opted out for communications to this contact. This particular contact happens to be me, but so that particular contact is now opted out. If for whatever reason they contacted you and said that was a mistake, please opt me back in or whatever, you can uncheck the DND and they will be opted back in. Two things to note: when you're in this field view from the conversations tab, there is no save button on the right hand side. You do not have to save, it's auto saved. When we go into the contact record, which I will show you in a minute, you do need to save from the contact record when you make that change. Something else to note is if an SMS message, this only applies for SMS text messaging, if they reply from the text message channel, stop, carriers pick that up and it will automatically be removed, and you will, when you try to send another text message to that particular contact record, it will fail. It will not go through, whether you have DND on or not. If it's a text message opt-out, and they only want to opt out of your text messages, and if they hit reply or stop, it'll happen automatically. You do not need to put DND on. If they are wanting emails to stop, and they are all communications, then you need to put DND on. We are working on some future updates where we can split out the channels ourselves and not just the carrier doing SMS. So right now our do not disturb is all or nothing. If we put DND on, it will remove them from being able to be communicated with through all of the different channels. We can't text or email. Another option is, let's just say they were in a specific campaign, for example, a review campaign. So a review campaign where we were automatically sending them text and or email trying to request for feedback or review from them. If they are asking to please just stop from that particular campaign, they say, please, I don't want to leave a review, please stop asking, but they're not asking to be removed from all communications, you do not need to put DND on. You could simply remove them from that campaign, and you would see a campaign right here, and you could actually just click an X button and it would remove them from that campaign. So right here you'll see active campaigns, and you can remove them from that particular campaign, and that would stop the communications on that campaign because they would no longer be in it. So that is only if they're requesting to be removed from something specific of a campaign where they're being asked for review, or you're following up with them on trying to sell them on a particular offer or a sale, and they're saying, I'm not interested in this time, please stop asking, then you can remove them from the campaign. But if they say, please remove me from your list, then that means put on the DND. They don't want to be re-engaged at all from any communications. Your other option is, if they say remove me from your list, you can delete them. That is an option, but that's your choice if you want to remove them completely from your list, or if you just want to turn the DND on. I would recommend just turning the DND on, because if you have their address, you could still email them. You could still call them, unless they say put me on your do not call list, but you could still call them and try to re-engage with them. but you can still do direct mail if you have their address for mailing out direct mail. So what I would also do personally is I would put in a note, and maybe even go ahead and putting in a tag saying, you know, opt out. That way it's noted in multiple different forms, not just that the D&D was accidentally clicked, but it was noted. And then also it gives us a date when it was noted, and if it's maybe for a specific channel, like, or specific campaign, you could put those in the notes. That way you don't add them back to that campaign. And you can do searches and smart lists and to exclude certain tags and exclude things. So that's why tags are important too, because you can make a lot of different filters and smart lists to target or untarget certain contact records. So over here in the individual contact field, you'll see the D&D here again. So I can turn on D&D, but here when I'm in the contact record, I have to hit save. If I make any changes on the left hand side in a contact record, I have to hit save. So you'll see here, these were past campaigns. That means those campaigns are done. They're no longer in them. So there's no removing them. But again, if one of these was in an active campaign and they said, for example, this is a review campaign. So if they were getting messages about leaving review and they said, please stop asking me for a review, you could click the X. If it was whatever active campaign they were on at that time, you can click X and it will remove them from that campaign. So I hope that explains the ways that you can remove a contact if they are wanting to opt out, whether it's all marketing or just a specific channel. Those are the ways to do it. All right, until the next training video. Thanks. Bye.